and it'll be okay.
Start the show.
Like my asshole could just be falling through my pants, and you're just like, oh, he's fine, whatever. Welcome to Babe Talk, everyone. That's how we're starting it today.
Oh my god.
So we got Ian from the Nightmare Police.
What's up?
Sup. The last time we tried to do this, it ended in probably the worst way possible that's ever happened for Babe Talk, and it was a shame. But we got Ian back here again.
Hi, I'm back.
We back in the saddle. I like having friends that are very accommodating back on the show, because you could easily say, fuck you, you suck, and you have yet to say that to me. So I appreciate that.
I like you, but fuck you anyway.
And I like you even better. There we go. We got James here as well. James Boss of the Boss.
What's up?
Your hair's looking pretty dank. I like the blonde.
Viewers at home, I have been in my pajamas all day, and I went to my classes today in pajamas, but I will talk more about that later.
James has officially hit like mega college kid. Like it's now like at the epitome of like, what would you say? That would be comparable to like girls wearing pink shorts or sweatpants everywhere.
Girls wearing sweatpants. Yeah, I think that's the equivalent.
Well, not just regular sweatpants. They have to be the ones that have pink on the ass. Like if girls just wear like regular champion ones,
right?
I would feel. What?
Couture, is that the brands?
Juicy Couture, man. Please,
Knowing the brands and shit, dude. Man, that's awesome.
That's like dipping back to like the time in which, oh my god, all covered in velour, the baby fat sweatpants.
Me too.
Wait, tell me you guys remember the baby fat sweatpants.
I vaguely remember them.
I think I might have been a little too young for that.
Oh man,
I vaguely remember them. Might have been like in between the age groups there.
Ian, how old are you?
I'm 30.
So wow, I didn't know that. But if out of all people, I would have imagined that you would remember. But James, you might be too young, and
yeah,
I might just be black enough to remember this. But it was Sean John's brand of clothing. Sean John owned it, and then I think it was like Baby Fat, and like all the Black History Month. Go look it up. So anyway, we start off the show by asking our guests how their week was, or however long they want to discuss, and we're gonna ask James. James, how was your past forever?
Actually, the past last week was really shitty, but this week is really good so far. It's a little stressful, cause
Sorry.
You okay, buddy?
Oh, that was good, Ali. That was good.
Thank you.
I caught that.
Let me.
Sorry, James. Go on.
Sorry, James.
So I'm working on a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that I can't really talk about right now, and it's been really stressful, but it's been really exciting, and I'm going to be unveiling it within the next 2 weeks, and I'm very excited for that. But the things that I can talk about, I officially announced kind of my new band, Parallel. It's me and my roommate Pat and my good friend Fred, and we also announced our first show, which is our first show is going to be March 25th, and it's going to be with this band that I think some of our viewers probably know called Major League, and it's going to be at a really cool venue called Amityville Music Hall, and the show is especially special to me because my first show at that venue was a Major League show, so it's just really surreal to me that I'm going to be playing their last show there, and I'm beyond excited for it.
No,
That's
it's
awesome.
actually pretty cool that you kind of like were able to jump right on that, especially when it's gonna be like one of your guys' first shows. Like I'm assuming you guys have like some merit, some talent to you guys. So if it's any time to premiere, it'd be then.
Yeah, I'm really excited. My homie Colin Feeney from East Coast Collective came through with the hookup, and we didn't expect it at all. We were initially told that the lineup was full, which is fine, it happens, and then he just texted me while I was like fucking hiking one day, and he was like, "Hey, you want to play the Major League show?" And I kind of shit my pants a little bit.
I would imagine so. That's kind of like No, that's kind of exactly what it is. Like having like the whole concert sold out, and then like their promo is just like, "Yo, homie, I got you," and he's just like,
Yeah, no,
it's
but
kind of like that country song, "I Got Friends in High Places," something like that.
It's
yeah,
low
no.
places, but I know you
It's
know a
low
lot of
places.
country.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
tried. Ladies and gentlemen, to kind of throw this in the mix, Eric Navarro has joined the show as well. In case you guys
I've been
haven't.
here the whole time. It's good to see you guys.
Hey.
Actually, no,
Guys.
that is true. For those actually listening to the non-existent podcast version of this, Eric was here the whole time. And I decided not to introduce him. But so, James, I think I had like one more thing you were going to say before I really interrupted you, and I apologize.
No. I think I finished. I think that was cool. Shout out to East Coast Collective for hooking this up. If you are in Long Island and you are free that weekend, my band's going to be selling tickets to the show for $12. So if you need one, hit me up.
Sick.
And yeah, that's about it.
It's awesome.
How selfish? Like we have another Long Island band on the show today, and you want to plug your own show, James?
Let me
What a
live.
dick, man.
Let me live.
Let me live.
You Ollie.
Whatever, man.
I've never heard selling pre-sales is described as living. So, all right.
James like looks forward to it every day. He's just like, man, I can't wait to sell these tickets so I can play the show. Pay to play. What's up?
Nothing fun than texting your friends. I'll deliver tickets, please.
That's
come
not-
Please come. You're certainly turning into a drug dealer when you have to like end up selling pre-sales. You're just like, yo, fam, I got you. Where you at?
Where you at? I got you. We're going. Come right
They're
to
not really shady. I don't get like the wrong idea. They're really cool people. They're
They
not
have to use
No, of
slang.
course.
They have to use slang when they text you. I need some preemies. Need some preemies for that date.
Oh, God bless. Oh, God bless. Well, I'm debating whether or not I should ask Eric or if I should ask Ian. Do you guys want to throw hands and then see like rock paper scissors, not like fight? But
Can we do that?
rock paper
Can we
scissors?
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all right. Here we go. Ready? Go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You win. Joke's on you. I was just jerking off.
I'm like, Eric, what are you doing? You're literally just jerking off. Again, this is prime like podcasting conversations we're having. Ian, how was your past? However, that you want to discuss?
The past like week and a half has been really great. About a week and a half ago, we played at Webster Hall, in the
Nice.
Marlin Room, with for Matchbook Romance's 10-year anniversary for the album Voices. Yeah, so we opened that show up a couple weeks ago at Webster Hall, which was fucking crazy. Never expected to be able to do something like that in my life. And for me, it's just backtracking on what you were talking about before, James, with Major League. That kind of like same deal for me with like Matchbook Romance, because like I grew up listening to them, and like I knew them and would listen to them before they were called Matchbook Romance and stuff like that, and was following them when they were playing to like 3 people at like the Sahara and Syosset. Back in like 2003 or 2002 or something like that, and it was just like a moment that I was really happy with. It was fucking awesome. So it went really well, and it was awesome. Then we did a lot of shit this past week. My girlfriend was up for Valentine's Day. She lives in Charlotte, and then we played another show this weekend, which was also really fun, and it was like a surprise show. And now I'm here, and I'm having a good time.
Sick. What was the proceedings for the secret show? Like how did that work out?
Well, I booked a show for my friends from New Jersey. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, called Archie Alone. Whatever. They're good friends of mine, and I just threw this thing together, and was just like, well, I knew we were playing the show at Webster Hall, so I was like, don't really want to cross promote both shows. Want to try and get as many people as we can to both of them, but bands are still going to draw. So I just like we were on the bill the whole time, but we just like didn't announce it until like the day of. We were just like, let's just see how many people show up, and like it ended up being a lot of fun, and a lot of people showed up like last minute because we were playing, and it was cool. It was free, and everyone had a good time. It was at a bar. It was free, and it was.
Was this
just,
Comiskey's Park?
Yes, it was.
Ah, Comiskey Park. That place.
Kowalski. So
Comiskey.
is there a reason why we go Is this like an iconic venue
My
out there?
previous band's first and only Long Island show was at Comiskey's. It was a very last minute show, and it was really fun. and
The place is
it's an
cool.
interesting venue. I also saw Ollie. This is where we saw Pompo. At
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah.
I booked that show.
I
That's so cool.
I
love
booked
how
that
this
show.
works.
Oh, wait, really?
Yep,
Yeah,
I booked
isn't
that
that?
show.
Huh. I
Papa
wanna
Comiskey, yep, I booked that.
I want to say that it was actually this time where it's February 20. I think it was around this time last year that I was up there then.
I was on my spring break, and so it was like around March.
So it was around March, and I'm incorrect, and I have no bearings on time whatsoever.
I remember you guys being there, though.
I think that's
Yeah.
where I met you.
Yeah,
actually.
I think so.
Because it was with
Weren't
me
you
and
guys with
my ex,
Auden?
and then yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a fun show.
It was
But
a fun,
that venue
fun,
was a
fun,
really
fun show.
cool
He
place,
set his
and
dick
that's
on
why I
fire.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yep. Pompo was a
Boobs
character.
on fire.
Where's Pompo? I hope Pompo's doing alright. He was kind of having some shit going on for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure he's doing well now. Ashcad still keeps up with him.
Word.
Yeah.
Where it's so this one's
Other
up for
guys are
Pompo.
good too. Pompo's a good dude. Pompo's good
Pompo's a
people.
dude. He is. He's a good little clown. Eric,
Yo,
fuck you been doing, man?
I took it easy this week. I didn't do too much, but I did have a lot of minor victories over at the Hard Times.
Yeah.
I swear I'm going to set the record at that site for most articles commissioned and killed at the last minute because some random shit happens at the very end, because that keeps happening.
So like recent news would be popping up, and then yours kind of like hit the back burner.
Yes, I hit it, and either one of two things happens. One, they forget to run it ahead of time, and they're like, that literally happened recently. Or two, like, they don't have the picture right. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I had 3 tiny parts in articles that ran this past week, which is more than I've ever had, other than when I did my own article. But so it was great. But I've had like teeny tiny little things, but I still feel like an idiot because I'm like posting like, check out this article. I wrote a sentence of in the 3rd paragraph. Retweet. But,
Just like a
that's
small
pretty much
sliver.
it, just pitching. Yeah, just pitching. It's been a journey. I'm excited.
Am I an asshole, or like I totally missed that you started writing for the Hard Times up until like 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I realized I'm like, wow, I'm an awful friend.
No,
So
you're
I
not.
remember Eric posting about it a while back, actually. So yes, you are, Ollie.
Man, damn.
Every probably 2 or 3 days, I wanted to send a message to the Babetalk staff chat and be like, guys, I'm writing for this thing. I'm on the staff now. But I was like, I felt like a douche. And also, my article that got me on hadn't been put. It took them 2 or 3 months before it actually went from accepted to up on the site. So I was like, what if they never put it up and they fire me? And I've told all my friends that I'm writing for it. And so I really kept it under wraps before.
I mean, like, I definitely do know that feels that like you get so excited and you want to be like, I'm gonna do the thing, and then it's just like, nah. It's like
Yeah.
saying that you win $1 billion, going around and pissing on everything that like you love, be like, oh, I'm quitting my job, fuck you, I'm leaving my girlfriend, I'm gonna go after Jessica Biel, whatever, and then it's like, it's a fraudulent check, you've been duped, you've been swindled.
Yeah, exactly.
And so,
It's quite funny.
No,
because-
but it's.
Oh, continue.
Oh no, James.
I was going to say, recently another one of my friends had their article published by the Hard Times on Valentine's
Nice, who?
Day. I don't know if he's an official writer for the site, but he did get that article published and then did get like a lot of social media interaction. It was vegan boyfriend to surprise vegan girlfriend on Valentine's Day with vegan chocolate. My friend Tyler did that.
That person is absolutely on the staff. I remember seeing that article when it got pitched like weeks before. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
He's a buddy of mine from college, and I actually just saw him like a few days ago. And good dude, back hard.
The whole, I know it felt like such a mystery to me until I got in, but like their whole writer's room is one of the cool, I don't even know I'm supposed to be talking about this, but it's the coolest fucking thing because it's everybody pitching, everybody elaborating on each other and riffing and stuff. But it feels a lot like, it's very much like the way people described like SNL in the past few decades.
I was gonna
like,
say, yeah, it would kind of be like a comedy cipher.
Yeah, exactly. That's wow. If you want to get urban with it.
Jesus Christ, guys.
I'm glad that landed. I was like, I'll wait for Ollie to put his. I'm glad that landed, Ollie. I was like, this is a risk. So, yeah. Well, you at least appreciate that I know what a cipher is.
No, absolutely true. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
Also, but it's really cool because, if you look at it, they maybe have 10 original articles every week. There are maybe, I don't know, 60 articles, probably less, maybe closer to 40 a day pitched. So the rate, that's why the site is so good, because there is such a small margin of things that get past everything that it's just an extremely competitive environment, but for some reason, everyone's on the same team. And so everyone helps each other, and it ends up putting out some great quality stuff. It's really fucking fun.
That sounds like probably the best environment for comedy. Because I was listening to SourceFed, and there are a bunch of comedians out in California working for Phil DeFranco, and just talking about how they would flesh out ideas, flesh out each other's jokes, and I'm like, I never really would have thought that that's how the stand-up world works, or the comedic world, Yeah.
It's weird because being from bands my whole life, going into all this comedy stuff, they are so much more helpful to each other. But weirdly enough, they all hate each other. Not hard times, but comedians.
Yeah, well,
it'll
true.
It'll be these comedians who are so competitive, but at the same time, everyone's also helping each other out. It's you'll help somebody write a joke and they'll kill with it, and you'll be like, "Oh, you helped them with that?" And they're like, "Yeah, that guy's a fucking asshole." It's the weirdest environment.
Oh, that's too good. Well, I can't wait until you share another article, because I'm not going to lie, when I saw the one for Valentine's Day and Victory Records, I'm like, oh no! Oh yes!
Yeah, well, I'm sure that Manifesto is my favorite band, so anytime I can take a fucking shot at that Victory Records dude on a public forum, I will absolutely do that.
Yep, I'm just I hope we don't get any more Victory record bands, because I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be able to do this anymore.
Yeah, sorry, I have burned ties to so many bands for you accidentally. Fortunately, some of them aren't popular anymore, so they can go fuck themselves. But I feel
wait, whoa, slow down, Eric, hold on. Oh, God bless. I mean, apparently I burned down the ties to real friends, so I guess it's just a matter of time before, someone burned down the bridge for me.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to be April 1st. It's either going to be I'm going to review one of the Below the Dance Floor albums, or I'm just going to put a complete here's why real friends suck, and then put April Fool's at the end of it. So take your pick.
The thing is, I know you're not kidding when you write that Real Friends article. I know you're being serious when you're writing.
But it's April Fool's. It's ha ha ha. It's all the ha ha in one day.
Can you do a straight up an April Fool's tour review of the Broken Side tour that just happened, and just pretend you went to the show? It was the most invigorating musical experience. It was more of art than anything else.
We're coming up with some good stuff. I think I actually might have to put some of these ideas to work. I think I'm actually going to do this. Here we go, guys. Watch out, April 1st. We're going to put some quality shit out. So
I'll give you all my rejected hard times shit.
There we go. We got Eric in the corner. Eric's going to be our golden goose.
Sorry, before we move on, James, when you said this thing about oh, that was funny. James is inside joking us in the chat, and it's really great. Well, James, when you mentioned pre-sales, one thing I failed. I tried to get this. I tried so many variations, but I cannot get this passed on them. I wanted to do a Hard Times article that was about the whole premise was some band at Warped Tour is trying to figure out who to give their pre-sale ticket money to, and it's they had to sell $1,000 pre-sale tickets. And they just clearly got swindled by somebody.
Oh no!
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. It's good enough that I may do that at Camden. I may do that at Camden. I have enough Photoshop skills. I have enough time on my hands. Watch, guys. We're gonna get a brand new website, new servers.
When we played Warped Tour, our guitarist kept going around. He'd find somebody who was in like the Wonder Years or in like Attila or something, and be like, "Hey, do you know where we give our pre-sale ticket money to?"
Oh no.
Oh, that's great. What template though? Oh fuck. Oh no, I can't. James, you gotta stop. Oh, so we're gonna move on.
James is so funny off mic.
James, because James knows that I'm not allowed to talk about the. So, guys, the plans for the next few weeks with Babe Talk is that we're still looking for sponsors for the show. We're looking to do exclusive stuff with your brand and ours so that we can benefit everybody and we can symbiotically share our brands and grow. It sounds a lot better on paper, so email me at holly@babetalk.tv. And for you guys that are not watching this in the UK, we're going to be making a podcast just for you guys. We're going to be looking for panelists and also for bands to exclusively be on Babe Talk UK edition. It's a working title. It might just be Babe Queen.
Babe Talk.
Babe Talk
Queen.
Babe Talk UK. I just realized Babe Queen might just...
That's like a double.
I'm going to get myself in trouble. Let's move on. This is all
That
bad.
website would be such a drag. Sorry, where was the line? I meant to cross it.
Poor Eden.
I'm gonna have to start apologizing tomorrow. Watch. If you guys see like tweets just pouring at 9 o'clock in the morning, I apologize, and I'll probably be stepping down for a week. Just so you guys know.
Oh no.
This is all going in the right direction.
I missed it. I don't want to ask.
Oh, I see why that might be offensive. Oh my god, what a coincidence.
Oh, shut up, Eric.
Ian has no idea what's going on. He's
Ian, hello. Ian's in the band. Ian's, hey, how's it going? How is it going tonight, sir?
I'm actually enjoying myself over here, just listening to you guys just riff on each other, and it's hilarious.
Oh man. Well, thank you. Thank you for not feeling alienated and for staying on. Thank you for coming back. As we discussed before, we've tried to do an episode, and it probably sounds like the whole thing was recorded on like an old Sony like Handycam that supported like 2 megabytes and it was awful.
It's like when you used to go watch porn when you had the scrambled screens and the static.
So much so.
That's
like
exactly what our last
I'm too young
was.
for this. I barely know what that's about.
Oh
I see a
man,
nipple.
I see a nipple. Like when you used to get like you used to get like your pre-jack going to like pixels, and then like it started to really get blurred out, and then you finally got like a good jam going.
Yeah, exactly. You have to like wait for the squiggles to like turn like from this way to like this way,
And then eventually
maybe
you
it'd be like a little bit
realize
like this, and it'd be like, you know.
And eventually you realize that if you pop your second 2 of 2 cassette tape of Titanic in, it's within the first 10 minutes you got a solid. Just freeze it on Kate Winslet and you're good.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good
You had to rewind it in case you missed it.
Art. Yeah.
That part of my tape of Titanic is definitely ruined.
It's
ruined.
Completely
Because it's worn down because you
It's
took
worn
the tape
down
out.
because I just had to rewind to keep playing it over and over and over again.
So it's just like the entire movie is pristine and like crystal clean, and then just like that one part, it's just like
It's just like all static. It turns into scrambled porn during that part.
Scrambled porn.
My part of that tape is ruined because I had to take it out when I finished.
You
I
guys,
watched the rest of the movie.
you guys need Jesus.
Oh man, are we talking nostalgia? Can we talk about like Laserdisc for a second?
Oh my god, I have stories about Laserdisc.
Somebody was rich.
I don't know why, but my parents lived in luxury, and I was way too young to ever understand why we owned rocks, like these long ass rocks on DVD. James, for your generation, that might be like a year younger than mine. Laserdiscs used to be like 4 times the size of regular vinyl, and they housed movies.
They were huge. They were like.
I'm googling it right now. This looks like you know how some people like make giant pizzas to win world records. That's what it
Oh my
looks
God,
like.
that's so funny. I can't even laugh because that's so funny, James. It's so funny.
Now, I want you guys to imagine, just imagine this. The critically acclaimed movie Braveheart on Laserdisc.
But did you
I
play
never-
the
I
Laserdisc
never
on a
watched
Crosley?
Huh?
Did you play the Laserdiscs on like Crosleys, and were there variants and stuff?
Did you ever listen to the? Ollie, did you ever play the director commentary on that, where Mel Gibson's like, "Now it was probably the Jews who."
Oh man, I wish that would be like the world. I think I would want to buy that DVD. Like today, I would go right ahead and just spend whatever money, or just go and record Mel Gibson because he's probably not doing anything today. I'd be like, "Hey Mel,
Yeah. If
I'm
Mel
a
Gibson in
rep-
a podcast, I want a Mel Gibson podcast. That's what
man.
Mel,
Yeah.
come to our podcast right now.
come on our show, Mel."
What are you doing with your life, you anti-Semite?
I'm pretty sure like one or two of us would be able to say that we're just like work for Funny or Die, and we'd be like, "We have this great sketch for you," and it's
then
done.
it's just
We
him
got
coming on
it.
the podcast and being made fun of.
For like a half an hour, and he would have no idea. Him or Mike Tyson, both would probably be able to do it.
That's what,
I think this thing call it an art piece.
oh yeah, totally.
Probably.
Absolutely.
That makes 100% sense.
Like, has anyone seen the actual show, Mike Tyson's Mysteries?
I've seen it. The cartoon.
Yes, the cartoon. It is
It's
so
so
choice.
good. It's
It
so
is
ridiculous.
so amazingly good. And I'm convinced that Mike Tyson records all of his lines first, and then they just shit on him the entire time. Like, all of his lines are done, and then they'll go through and do the episode, and Mike Tyson will watch the episode and be like, "That's not what we talked about," and then, like, it just goes off the rails from that point on. But tonight it's actually Ian's night. I think we forgot that we actually do music here.
What about my night? I mean, we're having fun.
Exactly. We haven't
I
had
have some
like a
fun
lively
questions for you.
podcast.
Let's do it. Let's ask him some questions. I'm excited.
Ask
Let's
me
get
some
into it?
questions.
All right.
Get into it. Let's get into it. Ask me
Alright.
some questions. We'll still be funny and have a good time too.
All right. For starters, who do you think you are, Ian?
Well, fuck.
How do you sleep at
I
night?
think I'm goddamn Matt Stever, okay?
Oh no!
Oh, yep, that's how we're.
It's a gotcha journalism podcast.
Oh shit.
Nightmare
Where are the
Police.
gotcha
Well, who do you
girls?
give
Where are the
nightmares
gotcha
to?
girls?
All I'm saying is that I haven't seen Ian and the Zodiac Killer in the same room.
That's true.
That's all we're saying.
I'm not saying that I am the Zodiac Killer, but I'm saying that you never know.
I'm not saying.
By the way, when did Ted Cruz become like the accuser or the accusee of being a Zodiac killer? Like, that's an actual thing.
That's hilarious. I
I'm
haven't
pretty
read
sure
that
it's
yet,
just
but I'm so
satire.
excited.
I don't think anyone actually believes it, but it's a good
From what I
satire
understand-
meme.
From what I understand, there's just enough circumstantial evidence. Just like how Herman Cain's presidential campaign last election was like a troll. Like, there's just enough evidence for it to seem real.
Well, see, that's the scary thing. Like, that's what we thought with Donald Trump, and it was like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Boom, guys, get him. Guys, go get him. Guys, go get him. And it was like too late.
That Onion article that was like, man gets like less and less, or whatever. Man thinks Donald Trump's campaign is less and less funny as it picks up steam. Something like that. It's like, oh yeah, that's a fair point.
And at that point, it's more like Today and not in the Onion. Like, that shit's like,
Yeah.
like an actual thing at this point.
Not the Onion is a terrifying place to go because
Oh.
it's all real. It's so
Hashtag
scary.
not the Onion, terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you look at these things and be like, man chews off man's face because he thought it was pizza. Ha ha ha! Ooh,
They're like
Florida man.
nightmares that we wish we could have the police from. Speaking of which, Ian, I believe
Speaking
we have
of
some
which.
questions for you.
Speaking of which,
Eric,
maybe
kick it
we
up.
can get just crazy stories about eating people's faces. I mean, I'm
Oh wait, so we are
But-
going to talk about your last story.
cool. Let's talk
All
about
right.
it.
Let's talk about it. All right, so the way that this is going to go, and it's actually going to be on the rails. I'm placing it back on the rails now. It's going to go Eric, James, and then myself. We're going to ask questions. You're going to answer them. And to start them off, let's start with your position in the band and a brief history of the Nightmare Police.
I am the vocalist and guitar player, and That's my position, and we are. I don't know what the fuck we are. We're just three idiots up on stage that like to have fun and try to make people feel good.
There you go. That's about as
Yeah.
that's that it.
Yeah, that's us.
All right, Eric, if you want to kick it off, we can go right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to ask you a more pointed question on this the next round, but to start off how I know this, you took my friend Cody on tour once.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
That is
And I want to
100%
ask you
true.
about him in a little bit because he's very interesting. But also, during that tour, you guys played a basement show or went to a basement show, and a very special guest showed up out of nowhere. Could you
Yes.
tell that story? Because he told it to me, and it was amazing.
Okay, you want me to tell us? That's the story you want me to tell out this question?
Yes, I would love for you to tell me that story. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we played a show back in September in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but there's some members of some bands from Long Island that don't live on Long Island anymore, that now live in Charlotte, North Carolina. It turned out that the guy who was hosting, we played a house show through my friend Garrett, who when I was touring a while back, we met through other bands, and he was just like, I really dig your new stuff. I want to, book the show for you, and whatever. So it was just us and him, his band. And so we get down there, we're hanging out, and we find out that his roommate's sister is Adam Lazzara from Taking Back Sunday's wife. So, and we're like, he's like, yeah, I told him about the show. I don't know if they're going to be able to come down. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, did you hit him up again? He's like, yeah. So he hits him up. I'm sitting there right next to him while he's texting Adam on his phone. And then the next day we have the show, and guess lo and behold, Adam and his wife show up.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
I see these
they showed
pictures
up,
on
they watched the
Facebook.
whole show. His wife got absolutely shit-faced, and it was hilarious. She was dancing, and she passed out on one of the chairs. And Adam was like, no, don't smoke weed. No, don't smoke weed. That's not a good idea. But it was really fun. We had a great time. He bought some of our merch, and we
Wow.
just had a great time. We got a picture with him. Cody got the picture with him. And,
Of course he did.
of course he did, yes. And so yeah, that's pretty much that story. It was really cool. He hung out for the whole show. He bought some merch and hung out, and it was a lot of fun.
Wowza.
How cool is that shit?
Did he impart any advice to you about the industry, or was it just all bros?
Yeah, he said don't smoke weed.
Don't smoke weed. That's all it was.
No, he kind of. I didn't really get a chance to sit down and talk with him. Mostly because at that point we were just I was super nervous that he was even there. So
How do you interact with somebody like that? That's what I
He
want
was
to know.
mobbed the whole time he was
Yeah.
there. I couldn't really go
That's
and
a bummer.
sit down and talk to him. He was just talking to mad people, and he was almost mobbed the whole time. We did try to lower the price on one of our T-shirts for somebody. He happened to be standing right next to us, and he was like, "No, it's $15 for the shirt. No." I'm like, "Okay."
When Daddy Pop Punk steps in, it says no, you pull full price.
You pay full price. It was his
Son.
friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He was making his
that's
friends
even
pay
better.
full price.
That's hysterical.
It was funny. We had a good time, and then 2 days later we played at the place where the Wonder Years wrote "No Closer to Heaven,"
Oh,
the
cool.
Nightmare Factory.
Nice. I remember seeing your post about that.
Yeah, that was cool
Yeah.
too.
For some reason,
Fun
when I
tour.
saw that post, I thought it was like, oh, the Nightmare Police has a venue named after them. How sick.
How adorable.
Oh
And-
no.
But yeah, I mean, I'll ask another question just because that more had to do with Eric's question. But
Yeah.
have you had any other notable stories on tour like that? Because that's insane. That may be one of the best tour
I mean-
stories I've heard.
I guess if you want to consider, we went and on that same tour we met up with, obviously everyone in this chat definitely knows Everyone Leaves.
Yeah,
The
the homie.
homies. And so we met up with them. We went to Columbus. We had a day off, and that was the day. It happened to be the same day they were playing Fireworks last show
Oh,
in
cool.
Columbus. So we all went to that on our day off, and like stayed at everyone leaves house and hung out with them, and hung out with all the dudes from the bands and stuff like that, and that was cool. So
Sick. Yeah, everyone leaves are the homies. Shout out to Jacob. He's a cool person. Yeah. Ollie, your turn.
So I kind of want to get into the history. Let's rewind it. Let's talk about the formation of the band. How did you guys meet? How did you guys get together? You've been in the scene for a while, so has it been like a long time coming? What's the deal with this?
okay, so technically, the Nightmare Police, the name was formed about a little over 2 years ago, like December of 2013, January 2014. We started off as an acoustic act. We were an acoustic duo, and we were just playing shows on Long Island, and we were just doing that. It was doing pretty well, and essentially we did that for about a year. We did one small tour in like November of 2014, and it went pretty well. But when we went to start doing our new record, I kind of didn't really want to do the acoustic stuff anymore. It wasn't really jiving with what I was writing, and like it just didn't really work. So, but the guy I was working with did want to continue with the acoustic stuff. So, creative differences aside, we ended up splitting apart, and I kept the name, the Nightmare Police, and ran with it with the electric stuff, and wrote the album, and found my buddy Joe to help me with the bass parts, and I got a studio drummer to do the drumming on the album. And then we've gone through a ton of drummers, unfortunately, but that seems to be the way it is in this business. You have to find the right people. And, luckily, just recently we landed on our current drummer who just played our show, who did our last tour in our last little mini weekender in January, played Webster Hall with us, and this past weekend with us, and he's going to be with us for the tour in March. His name is Jesus, and he's awesome.
Damn.
So
This is awesome.
I mean, Jesus is definitely a name to like look up to and try to fill the shoes of.
it's pretty hard for any other drummer to come in and fill the shoes of Jesus.
Did you guys send him to the bar to get like a pitcher of water and he came back with a bottle of wine? That's just a mistake.
He's just like skipping on the bar tab. It's just like, no, I'll take some water.
Let's have some
I'm
water.
trying to get water, but it's not working.
Oh, Jesus, if you're watching, I love you.
This is too good.
We have band practice in like an hour. So
4 on the floor, Jesus.
4 on the floor.
Oh man, that's fucking funny. So yeah,
Is
that's
he the
pretty much
son
our
of
history.
John Bonham?
No. Isn't that
No.
what the hell is that guy's name? I forget. No, that's Sean Lennon.
John Bonham is the drummer for
Drummer
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but doesn't
So
he have a kid?
Jesus is the God's son, the drummer God's son. And then here you go.
Now I get it.
See, it's always
when
been
you
joke.
have
You
to
have to
explain it,
Jesus,
it's not
Mary,
as funny.
Joseph.
I know. Yeah, I know. God damn it.
God
I'm
damn
gonna
it.
think about that for 3 straight days.
Same.
I'll have to whip myself like that guy in Da Vinci Code.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Ollie
Eric,
agrees.
you're gonna-
Good plan.
I don't know how much of a fan of whipping that I am, but I mean, like, we can.
I wouldn't be.
All right, Eric.
Anybody.
Next
really.
question.
I think that's just a universal thing. I don't think we have to get all. It is February, so.
Oh my god.
I'm trying hard. I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry. It's just in my blood. It's just like remind them.
Listen. Oh man.
All right, Eric, your question.
See, here's the thing. I'm trying to say very like nice, positive things, but all that comes up is stupid, offensive puns. And like the thing that I want to say, which is positive and welcoming, just gets shut out by the dumb fucking joke. Is it my turn to ask another question?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
We're,
So
we're back on like Babetalk from like 2000 and like what, like 14.
we've been around.
I feel like
for
this-
2 years.
This is like old school Babetalk right now. Excuse us.
I feel like this episode is like a giant glorious shitpost from like one of those meme pages.
One of those is 4chan a star.
That's how we're going. That's how we're gonna describe this episode with "In for the Nightmare Police" that we had to redo. Just a glorious shit post. Thank you, James Boss.
Wait, hold on. Okay, do I have to call some out? Did everybody get corporate while I was gone? Did everybody sign sponsorship deals? Does everyone have a development deal with somebody?
We're something corporate.
We sold out. We sold out.
Oh,
There was a period of time where me and like Ashley would go back and forth on offensive material left and right for like a straight hour, and then Ollie would call us all oppressors and make us feel bad, and then we'd move on. But seriously, Ian.
Yes.
So at the Nightmare Police, wow, I didn't think I'd dig myself out of that one. So what I want to know from you, now, like I said, you went on tour with my buddy Cody.
Yeah.
Love the guy, but I know him very, very well. I bring up Cody because, one, you went on tour with him, and I feel like there had to be something interesting that happened. And two, this is a guy who's a young guy in the music scene who's not going anywhere. So I feel like we're going to hear about him again in a different whatever circumstance. Are there any interesting Cody tour stories? Because this guy is a riot. And so I got to know, what was it like being with that human being? Guys, for James and Ollie, imagine me, but if I talked about 10 times more, and I was about 10 times as excited as I was. Like, he reminds me of a younger version of me. It's that.
He's
24/7. How did you do that? I can't live with myself.
I'll tell you. It was not an easy task. I love the kid to death, and he means everything he does is so genuine, and he's so loyal, and he's such a nice kid, and like, there's nothing wrong with him at all. He talks a million miles an hour, and he has a little bit of a southern drab to his voice, so sometimes it gets a little hard to understand him. So he'll be talking, and then like he'll get excited about something, and he'll start talking faster, and then like you don't catch what he's saying, and you're like, Cody, hold on, Cody, slow down. You know,
you gotta record and play at half speed.
He gets a little starstruck a little easily,
Yes.
which is cool. Everybody gets that way, especially when we're younger. You know, I was that way when I was his age. I mean, I was like a little freaking idiot kid. Didn't know what the fuck how to talk to band dudes.
Same.
You know, everybody.
Oh my god, you have 2,000 Facebook likes! Ah!
Yeah, I know. But but at the same time, we have memories of things like when we got it was his birthday while we were on tour, and my birthday. And so his dad got us like a hotel room for like 2 nights. So like that was really nice, free hotel rooms, sweet. So like we had a really good show one night, and like we were in one of the hotel rooms, and like I was just like raining money on him. I actually have video of it.
Please post that. That's amazing.
It may be posted in another video in a later point. Probably after this tour, we're going to be putting together something like a collage type video, and you'll
nice.
probably get a glimpse of it there. But he's a great dude to be around, and I really don't have anything bad to say about him.
Yeah. I just want to hear stories.
You know,
I think
it's hard to.
Fun stuff would come up.
We're older. Like the guys, we're older. We're kind of old dudes. We don't really like to do any crazy things when we're on tour. We kind of like just chill out and like relax and enjoy ourselves. But like we don't really go to the point where we're like drinking getting wasted, destroying things, or anything like that. You know, we're mellow as fuck. Like we're fun and we'll have a good time, but it's the age difference between like us and Cody is like such a big gap that it was like he's like 20 and I'm like the other two of us were 30, you know.
Yeah.
The other three of us were 30 at the time, so it was like one younger kid who like talks a million miles a second and the 3 older dudes who all, you know,
I need a nap and a bath.
would you give me sponge bath me please, Cody.
Now, okay, cool, because we're about the same age then. Did you, were you ever in bands when you were younger that you just cut loose? Or what's up with that?
I was in a lot of bands. I've been in bands since I was 15. And I've done a lot of things. None of them ended up being as, I guess, has notarized as this band that I'm currently at this band. I don't know, maybe because we all fucking sucked. Probably.
I relate to that.
Well, I mean, I've played with singer-songwriters. You know, I played with a singer-songwriter called Cass Dillon for a while. He played with Billy Joel on tour, so like that was kind of cool. So like that's a pretty interesting story. Like I met Billy Joel, playing with him, and like helped his band, like helped us like helped me on. His guitar player worked with me on guitar, and like their bass player was there helping our bass player, and like we kind of worked with Billy Joel's band for a little while in that project. So that was kind of cool. That was like an old thing I did. I did this other band called American Sex Machine, and that was more like a rockabilly.
I was gonna say a lot of hip shaking riffs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like rockabilly. Like we had songs like "Who Smoked My Last Cigarette," "My Girlfriend's Hotter Than Yours."
I like that though. Like rockabilly's fun though. Like it's a very like loose, fun genre.
It was a lot of fun, you know, and you know, it was too hard on my voice the way I needed to sing in that band. It was a lot more like harsh and raspy and like heady kind of voice, and I just after a while of trying to keep that band together, it just kind of fell apart.
Which that makes sense.
All right.
From you going from different bands and to you having Nightmare Police now, what would you say that you've taken collectively from all those bands to drive your success to this band now?
Probably patience. You know, a lot of bands, especially when I was younger, always were like, just wanted to just jump steps. And just you play your first show and there's a bunch of people there and then you expect your next show to be better and your next show to be better, and it's like, no, it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah.
You know, like you play one really big show and then your next show is probably going to be shitty, and like the next show after that might be a little bit better, but then like, you know, you start playing with more bands and like then you make connections, and you know, it's not a process that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to like join a record label after you have been a band for a month and a half, and you know, you're going to get to go on tour and all these things. You know, it took us a long time to be able to do that tour in August. You know, 4 months of planning, you know, booking, talking to people, making connections. You know, we had nobody. We had no connections. Very few going into that. So, I mean, patience is a big thing that I've learned over the years of doing this to be better at it.
Awesome.
That's a good point you make about one night you play this great show, one night whatever. There's to an astronomical level of this. There's a comedian named Mark Norman who's Amy Schumer's opening act, and so one night he plays to 15,000 people, and he's like, for the next 3 weeks I'm playing to 8 guys in a bar.
True.
back and forth. That's the way show business works in whatever capacity.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a road. You gotta just hustle. You gotta keep working and keep pushing. Put the work in, and you'll get where you want to go.
Exactly.
All right. So, I got skipped because Ollie loved me a lot. Now I'm going to actually ask a question if he doesn't cut me off. So you guys released your EP, If Only I Could, a little bit back. I believe it was towards the end of 2015, right?
Yeah, October.
But can you tell me about like how the album went, like the recording process, the writing, the reception towards it? Like, how was that for you guys?
Well, let's start from the beginning. Like basically the whole record was written in like a transitional phase for the band. I wrote all the songs, and it was written kind of haphazardly. You know, I put a lot of pieces together. Like it was very, not really rushed, but like when everything was kind of changing with the band, we were switching over from the acoustic to the electric thing. I found myself sitting in my room more because at that time I had just recently quit drinking alcohol. I had found myself sitting in my room more, playing my guitar more, and then in turn writing more. So I just sat here and I wrote for like 3 weeks straight, and I ended up having like, you know, 13 songs that I went to my buddy Joe with, and he started writing bass parts. I went to our producer with them as well, and you know, we sat down and we picked which ones we liked the best. One of them actually, the last song, the one that we think we're gonna play, was not on the record. I didn't want it on the record. I wanted a different song on the record, which I listened back to said song and hate it now, and love this one. So
Damn.
I'm glad I was overruled by putting this song on the record instead of putting a different song on the record. So that's a little interesting tidbit about the record. But the reception's been really good so far. We've been doing pretty well. We've been selling relatively well, and everyone seems to really enjoy the music. Like everyone loves AT. That's the one song that everyone's like, that song is so good. And like then certain people have different other favorite songs and stuff like that. And it's just all in all, it was a fun experience. It was a long, drawn out process recording the record. We started recording it in June. We didn't get the masters back until August, like the end of August. So it was like a 3-month, mixing, mastering, recording kind of process. We got him back while we were on tour with that whole meeting Adam and everything like that. That whole tour happened with Cody and everything. So that was, the reception's been pretty good so far. I can honestly say the record's been out for 5 months, but I can still use it for now because I still don't feel like a lot of people have heard it. It's out there for people to listen to, and I hope people keep listening and it keeps rising, keep going up. We're just trying the best we can to have a good time with what we do.
100%. Sounds like
And
that you
so
guys have a really cool thing ahead of you.
And to help promote that, I think you guys are going to be going on your upcoming tour, right?
Yes.
Doing your Pop Punk and Chill tour.
The Pop Punk and Chill tour. Yep.
Pop Punk and Chill tour. So what was getting that together? What made you guys want to go with We're Taking?
Worth Taking, like they hit us up and they were like, "Hey, dude, I heard your record and it like kind of blew me away." And then they sent me like a few of their songs and I was like, "Whoa, this is really fucking awesome." So like we just kind of connected and they were like our dates. Like I said, I wanted to looking to do something in March, and they were like, "Us too." And I was like, "What are the dates you're looking for?" And we just kind of coordinated. It worked out that the dates ended up working out, and like I love their music. We all love their music. We listen to it like on a regular basis. So that helps. And Jared's been so helpful with helping book the tour, and been so, he made the flyer. He came up with the name of the tour. So he made the flyer. He came up with the name of the tour, and he's been like very influential to me helping book this tour and making it a success. So I'm super happy working with him and working with Worth Taking and playing with them for 2 weeks next month. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and it's always cool to like be able to learn from other people as well. We just recently spoke with them. I don't know if you had heard of the episode, but I think it was like what, James, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I don't think I was on that episode, but yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago.
But yeah,
I saw part of it.
Yeah, Jared was an awesome guy to talk with, especially going with all the systematic reasons as to why the album was kind of compiled and everything that went along with that. So it's cool to see fellow Babes kind of working together.
Yeah.
Papa's proud. Papa's proud to see all the kids playing together.
Love it. Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
I always like the uncle that has a lot of nephews because like his brother is a hoe. And he's just proud of each nephew that does something cool despite the circumstances against him.
Now, not to bring it back to a racial thing, I just automatically just thought like, man, I'm just that uncle just got a lot of nephews. Be like, yo, what's up, fam? What's up, cuz? What's up, blood? What's up, little nephew? Like something from like out of like a Parker's Family episode.
See, in my mind, I thought of white trash in a trailer park. So.
Wow. So we're thinking of just like the South collectively, which is fine.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Ollie, if your name's Papa Smurf, was your brother's name Papa Cap then? Sorry, is that
Goodbye.
too 90s? Is that too hacky?
Oh, god damn it. Ask your
A
question tomorrow.
glorious shitpost.
Well, yeah, glorious. Oh my god, that's gonna be on my tombstone. Just a glorious shit.
Same.
Yeah.
I love this. This is awesome.
I love Babetalk. Oh my god. It's the most free place that we're not really supposed to be free. All right, so tell me. Okay, so you're going on the Pop Punk and Chill tour.
Yes, that is correct.
So with this tour, have you seen? You had mentioned, and I very much I will test to any audience member who's never booked a tour that when you said, yeah, it takes however many months to book the last tour you did and have you no context, it's so hard. That's all true. It's impossible. It's a full-time job to book the damn thing. For this tour you're coming up on now, how has the process been different since you've been on that last tour and since you released this record?
Well, it's been a bit easier. I can say that much. It's definitely been a bit easier, like having some more of the connections, having some help with work taking. Being that the last tour we did, we pretty much announced it like the week we were leaving because we had like so many dates in it that were like still to be announced and moving around. And we announced it like we were leaving on like the end of August. We announced it like the middle of August. So it was like it's and that's pretty much how it's been for like all of our tours. Even the little week-long ones that we've done, the 3 days, like we've all kind of announced them like kind of late because everything fills in like last minute. With this one, it's been really nice to have all of these shows already like done, and we're still like 2.5 weeks out, and it's already announced. We have videos up, we're promoting it, and it's
Nice.
like it's been easier, and I feel like it's going to be more successful and more fun to have more people coming out to it because we've had more time to promote it.
Yeah.
So.
Are you going out as a 3-piece?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So that's really cool. I mean, and I just not to blow you too much, but your voice is so amazing that I feel like you're one of those bands that can actually afford to just go, 3-piece. We don't need the extra guitar or whatever else instrument you play because your voice kind of carries the melody so much that you're just like, no, it's full. It's good. A lot of bands don't sound hollow otherwise, but yeah, it sounds great. As a trio, it blows me away. Anyway, yeah, no problem. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
So, before we get into like any more of because we're gonna want to go into your song showcase soon. I'll ask another question. I don't know if James has any more, but I kind of wanted to get your opinion on since you've been, I don't want to say it's like a vet, but you've been like playing in bands since you were 15. You're now 30 years old now. That's a fuck ton of time. And so like
that's how you measure.
I don't know, maybe like half my life or something.
It's like half your life, like, and that's like
one metric.
That's 15 years. So you've been able to look at your local scene and kind of pick apart your own opinion about it. What would you say would be the greatest thing that's been a part of having a low key band? Like on a local scene level band. What do you think's the good part about having it?
The good part about having a local scene level band is you get to interact, and I've seen so many bands grow from like nothing. Because I was around in the classic pop punk era too. Like seeing Newfound Glory in a club that holds 300 people. Seeing the Starting Line play to 30 kids. Seeing Finch and Thrice play a show in a venue that holds 150, and Thrice making the place literally explode.
Yeah. You could have said just seeing Finch, period.
And like I grew up like with all those small venues that came up, and like being able to not only play them, go away. Not only my phone is telling me my battery's starting to die.
That was funny.
Not only be able to play them, but be able to still go to those shows and interact with those people and like grow up in that kind of an environment. And like we still have that here today. Like that's still awesome because like we have bands that are growing that are from here, like Iron Chic, like Giants at Large, like like Makeshifts, these bands that are like Staleworth, these bands that are like doing really well around here that are releasing albums and drawing a bunch of people out. It's really awesome to be a part of that and see that how that grows from like them playing to nobody to them selling out venues. And I love seeing the scene grow, and I love seeing, like, especially from last year to this year, the Long Island scene, James, you can attest to this, has, like, been, from last year to this year, the Long Island scene was garbage last year. Like, it was not very good last year. And, like, now, like, this year, the pop punk scene here on Long Island has grown, like, almost exponentially.
It's funny, because last year I saw Makeshifts, Nice Shot Kid, Legends of You, and Table Talk play a venue to, like, 20 kids. That too. But That too, but the venue I was talking about was a venue called O'Brien's, and they played it to like 15 people. It wasn't that, it wasn't a hit, and now you have these same bands selling out venues and having like 200 plus kids knowing the words to their songs. It's honestly amazing how quickly it stepped up.
Is that because Jesus has returned to the scene?
Yes,
Jesus returned to the
has
scene.
returned.
He did. Jesus has returned.
All right, so we'll now go into your song showcase. Unless James, you have another question that you want to finish off with.
I just wanted to ask about what milestones that you hope to achieve in the future. I think that's a good way to wrap this up.
Great one.
I'd like to be able to say that we can play Warped Tour at some point, and maybe not like the Ernie Ball stage, like maybe like the Kevin Says stage, or like something that's like a little more substantial. Not to say I'm taking away anything from the Ernie Ball stage. I respect
But
everything
you're
about that.
right. That is the goal you should
No,
have.
yeah.
I
You
feel
want
like
the
it's a
Kevin
little
Says
more of a,
stage.
it's a little bit more of a milestone, personal.
Yeah.
Like I still would play the Ernie Ball stage. Don't get me wrong. Like if we did the contest, which we're probably gonna do this year, and we won it, I wouldn't say no. But I'd love to be able to do something a little bit more than that. Maybe play it for a week or something, and get on it and do a few dates like on a different stage. That's like maybe a smaller stage, but like it's still you're on the Warped Tour. It's always been a dream of mine. It's been a milestone that I'd like to be able to hit, and I hope I can do it. That's like that's the biggest one. But honestly, like I'd really like the biggest milestone is to make music my career, regardless of what I'm doing within the music scene. Make something with music what I could do with my life, and I feel like I'm on that path.
You want to do the damn thing.
I want to do the damn thing. I
All
want
right,
to do the
so-
damn thing, whether I'm tour managing a band, doing merch for somebody, or singing into the microphone.
There we go. Music for life. What's up?
Music for life.
If only I could. Let the Curtain Rise. That's a song that you had told me that you wanted to have play for a song, and you kind of went to go into it a little bit, discussing that you kind of didn't want the song on the album. They said like, nah. But if you want to give like a little bit more in depth as to what the song kind of stands for, and then we'll let the audience hear it.
Okay. So this particular song is the last song on our EP, and no, I didn't. The reason when we wrote it, I was listening to it acoustically, because I had written all the songs on an acoustic guitar before we turned them into electric, and we were still picking them out when they were still acoustic before we had translated any of them to electric. So, when this one got translated, it ended up blowing me away. But when I was writing it, this was like the catharsis moment of like the record and really my life. Really kind of talking about how I just love being on stage and how like this is what I want to do with my life, and I want to show everybody what I've got, and I want everybody to show me what they've got, and what I want to party with you guys. I want to have fun with everybody, and I want to make everybody happy. Really, is what it comes down to. So I mean, that's kind of what the song's about. It's about like that catharsis, like changing my lifestyle, being afraid of changing my lifestyle around, and then embracing it at the end, and just having a great time with it.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna play it for everyone here. Let the Curtain Rise. Nightmare Police off. Reverse that. Here's a song. Listen to it. I do words so well.
Stage is set and the actors abide to the script. I can't set it aside. Beautiful writing has got me entranced, and the music implies the romance. Standing alone at the front of the stage, watching the light shine down, and I know it'll be alright, knowing that I can put up a fight. But the show must go on. I'm wide-eyed and scared. The crowd is cheering me on. Here goes nothing. I'll paint the town
And there you have it. Last song, Let the Curtain Rise off If Only I Could. That was recently released back in, I think it said September. And I'm probably wrong, and I think it was October.
It's October.
You can.
It's October. Oh, wait, is he still muted? Yep. Yep, my name's Ollie. Yep, I still have him muted. Let me unmute him so he can correct me on why I am ignorant and don't know things. I'm gonna fix it. I'm fixing it. You can see if you can unmute it. It should be find where your camera settings is up on the top bar.
There we are.
There you go.
Wait, almost got it. Now we got it. Okay.
Hey,
That's a
we're
good
back.
song.
And now we got him back. So yeah, so that was let the gosh almighty. Let the curtain rise off of If Only I Could by the Nightmare Police. It's song, it's great. Everyone keep listening to it. I really want to comment on the emotions that were within the song in itself, and it's not all that often that you'll find a band that's able to convey vocally the amount of emotion that you have within yourself. Oftentimes you'll be able to see a band, they'll sing songs and they kind of like, sing to a persona. They'll sing to their demographic. Many times in which you're able to harmonize the message of the song along with your vocals and entwine it within the music on itself. So it's a complete package of how you feel while recording the song. And I think that's very commendable, and that's something that not a lot of people are able to pull off.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So hey, that's Babetalk. So that's what we do. We blow smoke off of people's asses and we give them interviews and
You play the music and it ends up speaking for itself, and you're like, shit. It's pretty good.
Seriously, it really does. And that's what I love doing is able to find bands that are able to have their music speak for themselves. You give the interview, then you listen to it, and people will be like, fuck.
Yeah, I think now we ask less questions now about the music itself, like what does the band sound like, what are your influences, because when we hit play, we know the bands are already going to be solid. It's just like, no, screw that. You're going to hear it. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Just like
I want you guys to ask me more about like who I am anyway. I like those kind of questions. We could have more fun with those kind of questions.
Yeah, he asked
when
you
you
who
talk
the
about
hell
like
you think
the
you are.
style of music, I can like sit there and tell you all kinds of different music anyway, but everyone's gonna have a different opinion when they listen to it.
Exactly.
And every time I hear 18, the answer I'd like you to give, which I know you never would be like, so what does 18 sound like? It's the single Jimmy Eat World Wish they wrote since 2001.
Christ.
That's what I mean to say.
Well, thank
It's
you.
a great song that Jimmy Eat World fans would like.
That's what it means to say. If they're still left around.
He would never say that.
Well, anyway, we're gonna wrap up this show before we talk about Jimmy Eat World because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting to a clash of opinions with different people on this podcast.
I like that one
You don't
song
like-
in the middle.
You're not a big fan of Chew? That's pretty fucked up, man.
That's pretty fucked up, man. Like Eric's gonna be like waiting outside of my house, like with a baseball bat, and be like, "I heard you were talking shit on Jimmy Eat World, man."
I'll wait outside of your house with a boombox and the Jimmy Eat World record Clarity. That's what I do. That's the kind of conflict.
Say
You have the
anything
boombox
style,
over your
like
head.
right upside. John Cusack style.
Yes.
My sunset is amazing. You have to hear this.
Now, see, if we were to say like that to say anything seen within this podcast, it would go over people's heads. But because we're old, we kind of know that say anything. It's a weird conundrum. 80s were weird. So next week we're
Ooh.
You want me to say that again?
Yeah, you gonna say that again?
Well,
Sorry, Neo's entered the Matrix.
Hey, it's better now that he turns into a Windows 98 than during the episode.
oh no! Am I not able to be heard? Oh fuck! Of
Yeah,
course.
do it again.
What about now? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So next. Okay, Thursday. This Thursday we're gonna have Matty Carlock out of Atlantic City. He's gonna be coming on the show. Acoustic, very kind of good old boy meets punk, but it's very awesome. He's gonna be coming on the show and talking some mad shit, yo. Next week we're gonna have a South Jersey special because we got Keanu from Cherry Pit Mag, and we also have Luke from Clearview. I'm being productive and I know things. All right, guys. So we're going to conclude this episode of Babetalk that's on February 23rd, 2016. I'm Ollie on behalf of James.
Ian.
James, Eric, and myself. Thank you for joining us here on Babe Talk.
Thanks, Ollie.
I'm Ollie. Thank you for being with us, Ian from the Nightmare Police. You're welcome, Ollie. Thank you for having me. I love you. It was nice seeing you all.
Look at his face, though. He's
Looks
so
frozen.
good looking.
Everyone.
And
Remix!
if you play what I'm saying right now, you can hear satanic messages.
Moving forward, you can hear satanic messages.
All right. So,
You know what's funny? Because we know Ollie. Right now, he's probably freaking out. We're all having a great time. He's losing his mind.
I'm failed to stop broadcast. What? Excuse me?
Sorry,
I've
Ollie,
never
you can't
gotten
leave
that
the
error
podcast.
before.
I need to cut this off. Nope, we won't let you.
It said fail to stop show.
welcome to
It said it's a
Babetalk
fail.
Another
24/7.
On
This
this
is
show,
your
that's just
Groundhog's
hilarious.
Day.
This,
He's just gonna live this
it's
podcast over and over.
yeah.
Is it
I'm
9
trying to
o'clock
end the
again?
episode, but it's not. We're gonna restart the episode for it's a West Coast feed, guys. Everyone get ready.
Speed. Oh man.
But yeah, so yeah, I guess we'll just have a conversation until it just stops because it failed to stop broadcast. Please try again. So
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Does it print now?
You gotta restart it.
So how about them Cowboys?
They're
Wait, are you
in
talking
the
about the ones
off-season.
on the ranch? Or
The
the
NFL.
ones
The
in
profession.
the play football?
Well, I'd say the profession, they're winding down. Not as needed as they once were.
did it still not end? It said that it did.
Still
It
live.
says live. I still
for
see
me.
live on my screen.
All
here.
right. Well, let's try this again. Everyone says good night.
We are
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.